Hello, students. Welcome to Bridge Academy Grade 9 Biology Unit to Tutorials. Before starting our lesson, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Lesson 2, Taxonomy of Living Things, Principles of Classification. In this lesson, you will learn about the principles of classification of living things. Biologists study many living things, and organizing them helps us understand them better. Classification is a tool used to group organisms based on similarities. Taxonomy is the science of naming, identifying, and classifying organisms. Biologists use several principles to classify living things into groups. Let's learn about these principles. The first principle is morphological traits. What are morphological traits? Morphological traits are features that can be observed in an organism's physical form. This includes the shape, size, and structure of different parts of the body. For example, the shape of a bird's beak is an important morphological trait. Birds that have similar beak shapes are likely to have similar diets and lifestyles. The size of a leaf is an important morphological trait for plants. Plants with similar leaf sizes may live in similar habitats and have similar adaptations to their environment. The second principle is physiological traits. What are physiological traits? Physiological traits are features that describe how an organism functions. This includes processes like digestion, respiration, and reproduction. For example, mammals are a group of animals that share many physiological traits. All mammals have mammary glands that produce milk to feed their young. This is a key characteristic that defines the group mammals. Another example is the way that frogs breathe through their skin as well as their lungs. This is a unique physiological trait that helps us to distinguish them from other amphibians. The third principle is molecular traits. What are molecular traits? Molecular traits are features that are based on an organism's genetic makeup. By comparing the DNA or proteins of different species, we can determine how closely related they are. For example, two species of bacteria may look very similar under a microscope, but if their DNA is very different, we know that they are not closely related. In contrast, two species that look very different may be closely related if their DNA and proteins are similar. Molecular traits have revolutionized our understanding of the relationships between living things. For example, by comparing the DNA of humans and chimpanzees, scientists have learned that we are more closely related than we thought. We share about 98% of our DNA with chimps, meaning that we have a recent common ancestor. The fourth principle is behavioral traits. What are behavioral traits? Behavioral traits are features that describe how an organism acts. This includes things like mating rituals, migration patterns, and hunting strategies. For example, birds use a variety of songs and displays to attract mates. These behaviors are important for identifying and classifying different species of birds. Migration patterns are another important behavioral trait. Many animals travel long distances each year to find food or breeding grounds. The distance and direction of these migrations are consistent within species and can be used to tell them apart. The fifth principle is ecological traits. What are ecological traits? Ecological traits are features that describe the role an organism plays in its environment. This includes things like how an organism obtains food and how it interacts with other species. For example, plants that grow in deserts tend to have similar traits that help them survive. They often have deep roots to access underground water, and they may have waxy coatings to reduce water loss. These traits are important for classifying organisms because they reflect how well adapted they are to their environment. These 5 principles help us understand the diversity of life on Earth. By studying the morphology, physiology, molecules, behavior, and ecology of living things, we can better understand the relationships between all living things. So let's recap what we have learned. Classification is a tool used to group organisms based on similarities. Taxonomy is the science of naming, identifying, and classifying organisms. There are 5 main principles of classification: morphological traits, physiological traits, molecular traits, behavioral traits, and ecological traits. Each of these principles provides valuable information about an organism and helps us to understand its place in the natural world. We hope that you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more great content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.